this is going to have some language, and it's coming up. Here's the deal. The big question for some people, comedians, are, should I cuss on an album? Some people, it's not even a question. The kind of material they have, they don't effing care. They're going to cuss, and you can give 2 S of what the hell do you think about it. I don't even know the right words to say. Should you go? Should you curse or not? I will tell you that my material is very adultish, but I am capable of doing almost all those jokes in a way that don't have offensive words in them. So there's still, the concepts are still very adult, but I'm not using the F, S, B, whatever. My mom made me promise on my album that I wouldn't drop an F-bomb because she has a problem with the F word. I thoroughly love that word. But when she hears the F-bomb, she tries to suck all the oxygen out of the room so Jesus can't smite us. That's my theory anyway. She hates the F word. So I did not use the F word in the recording of my album, but I did say shit. And I said bitch. And I think I said what the hell. Guess what? Still getting explicit ratings. So I should have just gone ahead and effed all the effing time, except that it would have made my mom sad. So one thing I will tell you is it has made a difference in, I think, people getting, I have some friends that are sort of famous, and I believe that they feel concerned about the explicit rating on the album as part of the reason they're not pushing it heavier to their audiences. I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know. I don't think Andrew's Lice K gives an F. I don't think anyone else gives an F either. I'm just not saying the F word because I think on Facebook Live they'll censor it. I don't know who gives an F. Maybe not. Think about all the things we've seen on Facebook Live recently. Does anyone really give a shit if a girl says fuck? I don't know. Anyway, I love to curse. I would think about it. If you have a day job that you're trying to keep while being a comedian, think long and hard about anything that you put on the recording that can be used against you to lose your job. If you're on your way to fame and you don't give 2 shits about your day job, you go to town and you do you. On the other side, it's art. Who cares? It's comedy. You should be able to, it's freedom of expression. Say what you want to say. So there's lots of ways to look at it. For me, I'm a little frustrated that I have an explicit rating when I didn't even get to drop a perfectly satisfying F-bomb. I mean, Jesus. I would have gone ahead and just done that if I was going to have an explicit rating. Just food for thought. So in general, in comedy, most comedians will tell you you can make more money easily in the beginning if you are clean because corporations will hire you to do comedy for them, and they pay really well. So do colleges. For example, next Friday I'm doing a thing for basically all adult female group, but they've specifically asked that I stay clean. So even though I can talk about grown-up things, they just don't want to hear the words. I don't understand human beings' hang-ups about hearing syllables, but it is the way it is. So you can effing push your head against the wall and get all pissed and angry, or you can just play the game. So it's perfectly easy for me, like the vagina song that I do, I talk about, you've never seen a hoo-ha, or you've never, women parts or chickie parts. I use all kinds of words instead of saying pussy or vagina, and it works perfectly well. Sometimes I get really annoyed that people aren't more upset about like abject poverty and homelessness and racism, and they're way worried about somebody using a syllable on air. Because really, if you think about it, curse words are stupid. Mist in German means shit. When you hear mist as an English speaker, you're like, I don't give a shit about that. And then in German, it's like shit. So I just think the whole thing's stupid. It's just words. But you have to deal with the explicit ratings. Also, one thing to think about when you get your album on SiriusXM, and it has explicit content, it also limits to where it can go and where you can market it. Another tip that I heard that I'll cover in album art too is Rob Long, who is a comedian, said to me, think very carefully about your album art, because if your album art can be seen by all ages, then it can be used for posters and can be sold, etc. He ended up getting a lot of work where people didn't want to hang up posters of his album art or put him out for display because he had this picture of, I think he was like in a bikini bottom looking back over his shoulder with girls in bikini bottoms like they did in the 80s. And so because it had bare asses on it, he couldn't promote it. So if money making is your deal, think long and hard about the ability to promote your stuff. Maybe have the album art be a little innocuous, maybe have the words be a little different. If you don't give 2 shits and you're an artist, fuck those. Fuck the haters, man. Just go in there and say whatever the hell you want. I will say, when I had this conversation with the record label, he was like, why are you cutting yourself off at the knees? Just do your art. And that is true. Just do the shit that you want to do. Just did that. Those are my thoughts about cussing. Hope it didn't hurt your fucking feelings. Just seeing my mom be so upset right now. Sorry, Mom. See you later. Bye.